Welcome, my friend, to the Speak Truth podcast, where I share God's truth. I share my experiences, the good, the bad, and ugly, all of it, everything in between, to help you and find your way back home to the kingdom of heaven, to God, to open your hearts to His love, His mercy. Oh my goodness, my friends. So this conversation has been on my mind for a week or two. I heard a gospel or homily at Mass like 2 weeks ago, and before we get there, let's just talk about, if life is easy. Let me just ask you this. If life is easy, then you're not challenging yourself. You're not pushing yourself. You're staying in your sweet spot, in your comfort zone, and content. And in that, my friends, there is no growth in that, right? So, I want to talk about how when we are inconvenient in life, that is where we can grow, stretch, and step out of our comfort zone. And it's not fun. Sometimes we don't want to do it. It's easier to stay on the couch with a blanket by the fire, with, cozying up on the couch watching your favorite, Netflix movie or series with a cup of cocoa or hot cup of joe, tea, whatever it is. And those days are great. And I experience those days after I do the things that inconvenient me. Like getting up in the morning, saying my prayers, stretching, saying the rosaries, getting on my knees, praying, reading my daily gospel, meditation, journaling, writing out, dictating, editing. I do all these things. And now I'm recording this and I haven't even eaten yet, and it's after 11 o'clock. So we'll get to another topic where I talk about intermittent fasting, how the benefits, how great that is. Oh my goodness. I'm reading a book right now, so I'm just trying to gather all the information. But okay, to go back though. So how easy would it be if I just got up? Because I was hungry this morning and let me just get up, keep my pajamas on, go eat breakfast, sit on the couch, read, be lazy. No, I have things to do. Things that inconvenience my day. Things that inconvenience me from doing the things that I would like to do that are relaxing and, where I don't have to think and just kind of enjoy myself, entertain myself with a great book, educate myself by learning and reading this book that I'm reading. I love it. And, but in life, we are inconvenienced, right? We have to get up, we go to work when we'd rather stay home. We have the weekends. Sometimes that's the only time that we have to do maybe other things like do projects. So after this, I'm going to eat, work on my book, and yes, do some projects. I still need to put some things away from Christmas, and just organize. I get into this time of year, and I think this time of my cycle too, I just like this nesting where I just want to clear the clutter. I want to organize things. Like this morning, my daughter went back to school, so I was organizing her room and made her bed, putting extra pillows, making it look pretty, just tidying up things in the other room that was a storage room, just trying to fix that up and get that back in order. And so I just like things neat and organized. It helps my mind. It's a saying an organized room or space means an organized, clear mind, or vice versa. If you have a hot mess and everything's unorganized and chaotic and stuff, then your brain is the same. It's our external world, in a sense, kind of projects our internal world, right? We can tell by someone's environment, what's going on in their head. Do they have a clean, neat, organized home? They have, small space. They keep things organized. They don't have a lot. Or do they have the space that's just cluttered and they store everything and a million things on the walls and everywhere, knickknacks and stuff. To me, that just makes me dizzy even talking about it. So I just like things simple, sweet and simple, less is more. But going back to being inconvenient. So even on the weekend, maybe we're okay, I'm going to have a day off, I'm going to rest, and then you're okay, I need to go to the gym, I need to work out. Granted, you don't want to get up in the morning and work out. Normally I like to do a kickboxing class, but I'm today I'm tired, I can feel my body, I'm listening to myself. And plus, I just need to get to things, get right to things, get things done. Because last week I'm okay, let me go to kickboxing. And by the time I did that, sat in the car, wrote my grocery list, went grocery shopping, which I normally don't like to do. I was trying to save a few bucks instead of Instacart. And guess what? It cost me an extra $100 going grocery shopping. Cost me more. So anyways, and by the time I got home, it was like 3 o'clock. And then everybody was home. My husband came home early, and it's like, oh, okay, I didn't clean the house. I didn't do a few things I need. So anyways, I'm like, sometimes you have to skip something to do something else. So life, throws you life, that's what life is, right? Life happens, and you have sometimes to go with the ebbs and flow of life and stuff. And sometimes you plan a day and something else happens you have to do. And you're like, okay, I didn't get the rest. I didn't get to do this because we are inconvenienced, right? We are inconvenienced by things in life that either we have to do, that we should do, or we must do to either better our life, to better our life, our finances, our home life, our career, our health, by having to get up in the morning, go to the gym, when you maybe just want to stay home in pajamas and just eat and do nothing on a Saturday, or on a Sunday. Sometimes I just want to stay in one day, have one day to rest. But I get up and go to church. Granted, I want to spend time with God, but still it's an inconvenience, It's like all these other things, say trump the things that you want to do, and which is a good thing, because if we just kind of succumb to everything we want to do, we'd be so lazy, lethargic, we wouldn't grow, we wouldn't stretch ourselves, we would be stagnant in life. And honestly, we wouldn't be happy, because we wouldn't be growing and learning and pushing ourselves and challenging ourselves. Life would just be too easy, as I said, right? So life could be easy, or it can make it difficult and challenging, but it can also be a difficult, where life sucks and I hate it. Everything I do, I enjoy, So I'm just trying to share that how, because you still could have a job that you like, or maybe not like. And so the inconvenience, you got to get up and go to work instead of staying home and be doing things that you rather enjoy, like working on your hobbies or activities or, sport or the gym or things that you really like to do. But we have to put those to the side. So, we have to go to work so we can provide for our family, provide for the lifestyle that we have or created, and maintain that, right? Because once we have something in life, then it requires us to maintain it. So that means even your lifestyle, your house, your home, the way of living. You need to have a job that pays and funds for that life. And if you lose that job or a different job or less pay or whatever, you have to cut some things out to fit that budget. So therefore you have to work for your money. You have to work for your lifestyle, right? To have it, or live a simple life if you don't need a lot of money. So there's ways to cut around. We kind of put the stress on ourselves. If we want to live in the big house and have the cars and the boats and all these fancy things and travel the world and have fancy clothes and all the things, then we have to work for that. So you got to sacrifice and inconvenience yourself from doing other things. But then there's a little reward, whether you get a 2 weeks vacation or the weekends, to enjoy that time to have your free time. But most of the week and most of the time, we are always inconvenienced by something else than the things we rather do. It's probably 80-20%, right? Because if you're working Monday through Friday, maybe you have the weekends to do the things you want to do, but then there's always something. So maybe you're catching up on a project, I really don't want to, you think I want to clean the house and have to put storage away or clear the clutter and stuff? Not really. Of course, sitting on the couch and reading all day, I'd be happy with that. But I know it's not feasible. It's not realistic. I have to do these things and I want to. And once I get going and get in the groove, it's showing up is the hardest thing, even if you're at home, showing up to do a project, stop what I'm doing to start cleaning or start that project or clean out the clutter or that closet or put storage away. So we have to have that determination, that motivation, commitment, because I think the motivation is fleeting. I talk about that all the time. I don't want to show up to the gym. I don't feel like it. I'm tired after work. But if you commit saying, okay, I'm going to go to the gym Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you're going to do it, even when you're tired. And then there's some ways around it. Obviously, if you're really feel good, and especially as a woman, there's a certain time of month and you're just hey, sometimes we need to listen to our body. This morning, I worked out plenty this week and stuff. I don't really need to go work out and do, it's fun. I enjoy it, but I'm I want to stay home. It's kind of been snowing, flurries, very light outside, but I'm just taking it easy today. So sometimes you got to listen, but still I'm going to get some work done. I want to be productive. So when you find yourself life is easy, my friends, ask yourself, what could change? What do you need to do to grow, stretch yourself? If you're not feeling like you're being inconvenienced by things in life, then you're not going to grow. And, to kind of bring this back around and spiritually, what Father was saying is that in life, if we're not being inconvenienced by Christ, then we're not growing spiritually. Like everything else I said, you're not growing financially or mentally or physically if you're not pushing yourself going to the gym when you don't want to go, right? That could be inconvenient having to show up and to go to a gym. Inconvenience to go to work to make the money, but you have to do it so you can have the lifestyle that, so it all comes around full circle, so it's easy to just be lazy. And it is a challenge and a struggle sometimes to do things we don't want to do, but it's going to better ourselves and we're going to grow. And we're going to thank ourselves later for that we did it and we showed up like, yes, okay, you know what? I was tired, but I did this and blah, blah, blah. And so then when you do get to like actually sit down and relax and read that book or enjoy that Netflix series or that movie or a cup of coffee or whatever it is, that walk or hike in nature, you can be like, okay, awesome. I get to enjoy this. I did everything I needed to do. There's no stress. And because what's the worst thing that you might think, okay, I'm going to sit home, relax. But then if you didn't finish things you needed to finish for the week or for the day, it's just going to be like in your mind, like eating and gnawing at you. Like, oh my goodness, you got to do this, you got to do that. Oh, you should do. And you're not really going to be able to relax. So I know for me how I do. I like to get everything I need done. So then truly at the end of the day, when everything is done, I can say, okay, I'm relaxing. I worked, I did this, I went to the gym, I worked out, I cleaned dinner, I cooked dinner, cleaned up, folded laundry, whatever it is. And now this is like my reward, like, okay, to relax, sit on the couch, cuddle up with my husband, on the weekends a fire or not during the weekday, but still the cuddle and to maybe watch, a show or a movie or a documentary just to be together and just like, okay, unwind. Or I've been reading my book, which I love. Oh my goodness. I'll stick to the end. I'll tell you the book that I'm reading, especially for the ladies, but actually I've been reading it. This book is for anybody, but the title of it, is geared for women, but anybody can read it, but stick to the end and I will let you know the book I'm reading. That's just awesome. That will, has so many benefits when it comes to your health. But anyways, I don't want to just keep repeating myself, my friends. So reflect on the things that you do in your day. Are you doing the things that you need to really get done? Are you wasting time and energy doing things that make no sense, that are not moving the needle forward and to where you're feeling productive and accomplished throughout your days? Because the worst thing is like going through days and weeks at a time and you don't feel like you're moving anywhere. You're not getting anywhere closer to your goals or accomplishing anything. You just feel like you're just in this rat wheel and just going in circles, spinning that wheel round and round with no change in life. So being inconvenienced is a great way to stretch you, my friend. So next time you feel like you're being inconvenienced by having to do something, show up, somebody needs your help with something, you got to stop doing what you want to do, or, go to church or pray or spend time with God or pray for somebody you need. Like, think of it, that is a time that you're taking away from, your me time or whatever time. But it's going to benefit you and maybe others, especially if you're praying for others and praying for the world. And then even if you're just praying and spending time with God, like, oh my goodness, what more can you, like, what's better than spending time with God, the creator of the world, the creator of the universe, creator of everything, creator of you and your loved ones and everything that you have. What a blessing to spend time with him and give him thanks and praise. So I'm like, God, inconvenience me, Jesus, so I could always spend time with you and put you first and grow and stretch me, dear Lord Jesus. Stretch me, my Lord. Oh my goodness, So then when I do these other things in life, then I can show up a better version of myself. I can show up with joy and just, this radiance, this light and joy to share with my brothers and sisters because I'm spending time with God and I'll let him charge and fuel me so I could be that best person, the best mom, the best wife, the best daughter, sister, child, you name it, employee, teacher, student, coach, it goes on and on. So like God is my source. He is the one I plug into, my friends. So if you're not feeling recharged, then ask God to inconvenience you to spend time with him. When you probably like, oh, rather sit on the couch and stuff, but you're still not going to feel you're not going to feel, refreshed or recharged because you're going to feel something still missing in your life. So do other things maybe you don't want to do that you get to do because everything we get to do, my friends, remember that is a blessing. So I'm going to go on here. I see something here. My time is almost up. Okay, so before I lose my broadcast,